Hi traders, thanks for stopping by thetradinganalyst.com. This is Taylor, and we're going to go over a bunch of charts here, and I'm going to give you my analysis and my thoughts, and the goal is to help you navigate the market best that you can. But first, if you're not already a member, go ahead and visit the homepage of the website, www.thetradinganalyst.com, and you can get to know us a little bit better before signing up. And you can see the text message, email alerts, watch lists, member videos, educational materials. You can also scroll down a little bit and see a little bit of the finer print and get to know us a little even more better. And if you scroll down a little bit more here, you can see what our current members are saying about membership. And if you scroll all the way to the bottom here, you can choose one of the membership options, either the monthly access or the lifetime access at a reduced rate. The choice is yours. It's a great opportunity, and we would love to have you as a member. All right, so let's get into these charts. The first one that I'm going to cover is Alcoa, AA. And what we're seeing on Alcoa is we have a little bit of a box break here. You can see that we were bouncing from 9, getting rejected at 10, here, here, and here, and then on the lows, bouncing from $9 here. That was a very key level here, and we ended up gapping up over it, and we're holding these gains. So we're holding these gains for quite some time, trading somewhat sideways. More than likely, the resolution is going to be to the upside. We have support down here near $10. Also, there's an uptrend line right here. If you notice that, we've got a lot of touches down here, and we've got several touches right here for Alcoa as well. So that lines up perfectly with that $10 support from the highs of these few candles right there. The resistance I see on the upside is right above $11. You can see that several candles here got rejected. A couple candles just below that $11 range right there got rejected. So that is going to be the next resistance level that you want to be aware of. Next, I want to be covering American Airlines, and the thing that I want you to be aware of on American Airlines is a couple of things. First, we've got this downtrend line that you definitely need to be aware of. We are in a downtrend based off of the last year and a half, and that is based off of these lower highs. Here's a high that hits that line, high, high, and all these are lower highs than the last. Another one right here, and then we're coming up to it right here, okay? So we saw a big decline, and we're coming up to that downtrend line again, okay? So this is going to be a very key level. Another thing that you want to notice here is that we've got a lot of sideways trading action in this area as well, between, let's call it $38 and about $44. There's a lot of sideways trading action, and what sideways trading action does is create a lot of resistance. When you're below it, it becomes resistance. If we were to break to the upside, then all this sideways trading would become support. But since we are below it, it is resistance. So you've got a lot of volume, a lot of trading that went on in this range, so it's going to be some resistance. So it's something that you need to be aware of. I'm not saying that American Airlines cannot break over it. I'm just saying it is a tough road ahead, and it is something that you want to be aware of, especially since we are right there at this level and right near this major resistance. Next, I want to be covering Apple. Apple, great gap up over resistance off of earnings. Really good action here, kind of the most positive action we've seen on Apple in quite some time. So the tides could be turning here for Apple, but we need to break over this downtrend. We've been in a downtrend since mid-2015, okay? So about a year and some change, we've been in a downtrend, okay? I definitely think that Apple has the potential to break out here, but I really want to see it strengthen and break over this downtrend line. If we break over this downtrend line, I think it's very possible, and I don't want to get too ahead of ourselves, but I think it's very possible that we could be set to retest these previous highs near 130, okay? On a short-term basis, I see support at about $100.50, and I see resistance from this downtrend line, okay? Support here, resistance here, and this is a good spot to be in for Apple if you're on the sidelines, especially because we're right here kind of at a make-or-break level. If we break over, that's definitely going to be really bullish for Apple. And if we don't break over, then you can just kind of sit on the sidelines and wait for that more bullish action. Another area that I like it at is that support near that $150 level. So just a few areas that you need to be aware of on Apple. Next, I want to be covering ABBV. First thing that I want to point out here is this uptrend line. We've got an uptrend here, here, couple touches almost there. Here's a touch. So we have this uptrend line, and we also have support near about 63. You can see that several lows bounce from that level, so that's where that support is going to be. Next resistance I'm seeing is right around 67.50, and the reason for that is the lows of these several candles over here. You can see that there's some sideways trading action in that 67.50 range. If we break over that 67.50 mark, the next resistance I'm seeing is right around $71, as you can see that a lot of candles got rejected at that range right there. So just be aware of those levels if you are trading ABBV. Next, I want to be covering ACN. ACN, pretty simple chart here. We've got support near about 108. You can see that we got a bounce from it in June right here, and that's based off of, you can see, let me zoom in here so you can see it a little better. You can see that the highs of these candles were rejected here, and then several candles here, several weeks of candles got rejected here from the underside. So now that we're above it, that level becomes support. So 108 is support, and then the next bigger resistance I'm seeing is around 119, 120, and that's because of these several weeks of candles getting rejected in that area. So you can tell that it is a key area that ACN needs to conquer before heading higher. Next, ADBE. ADBE, very short-term analysis that I'm going to do here, just based off of this little pattern that I'm seeing. We have a ascending triangle here, which is basically just a uptrend line right here. We've gotten a touch here, here, a couple touches there, and then you can see this flat top resistance. So the flat top resistance is at about 98.40. So if we close over 98.40, then we can be set for potentially new highs on ADBE. If we do not break over that mark and we close below this downtrend line, I'm not going to like it long any longer. So for me, I want to see it break over this 98.40 level. For me personally, that's what I'm looking for. On ADI, I want to point out a couple things. For one, this was a very big break over this downtrend line that we saw right there. Now, it was quite a bit ago, but it's definitely something that you just want to be aware of. For future reference, these downtrend lines are very key things that you want to be aware of. Another thing that we did was we broke over this pretty heavy resistance near about $60. So we're above that resistance, and so this is a pretty bullish looking stock as of the late. Another thing that I want to point out here is that we've got resistance at about $64. You can see that we tried to break over several times. We opened above it, but we closed back below it on this big red candle here, and then you can see the highs of this candle getting rejected, and then the highs of these two candles over here getting rejected here as well. And that's based off of the previous rejection level of these two candles right here. Actually, that's 3 candles right there. So if we're able to clear this 64 level, the next resistance level that we're going to come up to is right about $68, $69 based off of the 2 highs that we're seeing off of those few candles right there. Alright guys, that's it for the analysis. Appreciate you stopping by as always. Remember, if you're not already a member, go ahead to the bottom of the website and choose either the monthly access or the lifetime access. The choice is yours. We'll see you over there.